everybody, this is Mr. Second Passport. Today we're going to cover 4 different ways to find the desperate sellers here in Ecuador if you're looking to buy property. It's way different than the US. Like in the US, you can get public records and just start calling on streets that interest you. It's not that easy to locate the owners of properties here in Ecuador, right? But how do you find the real desperate sellers? Well, a lot of landowners in Ecuador and property owners are older folk who don't use technology all that much. And we can kind of use that to our advantage when looking for a land deal here in Ecuador. So the first thing to do that I recommend if you're looking for a property, say in a smaller rural town here in Ecuador, be it on the coast or not, in the highlands as well, is talk to these little street store tiendas, they're called down here, these little convenience stores, on little corner stores. Just try to make friends and talk and ask if the person working there knows nearby if there's anything for sale. Sometimes they will know something, or they'll know someone who may know something and they'll refer you to that person, give you the contact. They can often hook you up with a property that's not even listed anywhere. Number 2 way to find distressed sellers or desperate sellers here in Ecuador is, say, if you locate, and I've done this, if you locate high-rise buildings that you like the location, you like the building, try to talk to the building admin, right, the administrator, and ask them if there are any units that are in serious delinquency when it comes to being up to date on their association or condo fees, right? And they will often just hand over this information to you because they would like these people to sell and get out of their project. They've been a headache for them. And what you're willing to do is call them up, and maybe because they're so far behind on their dues, maybe they will sell to you for cheap, for lower than market values, right? The best deal available is what we're looking for. I've done this personally and acquired a property that I still currently own in Guayaquil through this method. Another way is to talk directly to the guards at the base of the buildings that interest you and ask them if they know anyone is selling. It's a great way, and it's a way that Ecuadorians use to find properties for sale in the projects that they're interested in, right? So you can talk to the guards, or you can talk to the guards and, if possible, try to talk to the building admin and get that extra information about who is seriously delinquent on their dues. Obviously, the number 3 way is no surprise, but it works, is just walking, hitting the pavement, driving in the areas that interest you, and look for sale signs, se vende, down here, that look kind of old and tattered and like they've been there a while. Call on these signs with someone that speaks Spanish. It's worth the time investment. Sometimes these sellers, that's all they know how to do when they want to sell a property, and these properties may have been for sale now for months or maybe even years. And you call on them, and they might be very, very negotiable. You might be the first person to call on them in months, and they almost forget the properties for sale. Number 4 way that I've personally found desperate sellers is actually through, believe it or not, the local newspaper classified sections down here. A lot of people advertise in these that don't know much about the internet, right? And maybe don't trust it, don't know where to publish on the internet. And some of these, specifically older people that still publish their properties for sale in the newspapers, a lot of them haven't kept up to date with how much their property's worth. Maybe they just don't know how to advertise, but some of these, like I have found, can be desperate sellers as well now. So anyway, I'm Mr. Second Passport. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe and the like button below. Take care.